I wanted to talk about war on this one, not our war, but the things related to our war or our perspective on war. Because if I just think about it, not as much anymore, but I was trying to think about it for a second. But, if you compare our readiness in terms of our people, because I read a lot of Stoicism and follow Greeks and things of that nature, but there's a difference in people and citizens. Bear with me, I'm trying here. But our citizens of today, instead, instead, okay, our citizens today join the military for reasons of incentive, reasons to better themselves or better their futures. And if you compare that to people that are in the military in foreign countries or whatnot, right? You can bring up some foreign countries that people that are in the military for the sake of protecting their country or for the sake of fighting for their country, or they are just brought in there, pushed in there, they gotta fight, right? But I just think that it is a lot harder to justify our strength of our people to be put, and this is if we were drafted, I would say, which might not happen because of the governmental structure and things of that nature of policies and blah, 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 politics, right? But if we would to be drafted, I feel like we'd be in trouble. Because it is very common for us to join the military to get, free benefits like housing, savings, and free cars, not free cars, but you don't get that Mustang, that's the biggest thing I hear, right? But free healthcare, free healthcare. What the hell am I talking about? That's not in America. Free education, they'll pay for your education, pay for your housing, things of that nature, and they give you a lot of things. And people would join for these incentives so that they can pretty much not have to worry about the economic side of reaching success in some way, shape, or form, no matter what consequences or side effects of going to the military there are. Comparing that to anyone of foreign foreign nationality, they would go to war or go to fight. Not entirely, but I would say a bigger percentage would do that or are doing that just because of how their structure is for the country. They would push back, push forward, whatever. I'm not a terrorist, calm down. And but when someone does come around, which is a small chance, when someone does come around to join the military, specifically to fight people and specifically to wreak havoc on any enemies of the nation, like Chris Kyle, for example, the American Sniper, or other war heroes, it becomes they become heroes of the fact. They become heroes for doing the thing that our military personnel should be doing. Not should be doing, I don't think they should be killing people, but they should be defending and fighting for our country and doing a good job at that, right? And I see a lot of timidness within people, and like, if I go in the military, I'm gonna go crazy so that I don't go. And if they if that doesn't work, they probably try their hardest not to actually fight because we're bitches at the end of the day, we're scaredy cats or whatever. And I think a very good movie that demonstrates that, not of American people, but of that type of timidness, would be Dunkirk. It follows, there's a war hero in that movie that is an amazing pilot and fighter. That's what I was going to say the first time. But, it follows the perspective, mostly, in some parts, kind of switches here and there, of pretty much cowards, that just do not want to fight, do not want to be in this situation because they are young men, they are boys, they are not hardened to the travesties of the world, but I guess I can say they can because they've been in war and I haven't, right? So it really does a good job of portraying what timidness really is, and I really feel like a lot of us would be that way. Like, we are so conditioned to being on our couches and to be comfortable and to not join the military for such reasons. That is ludicrous. Why the hell would you do that? Most people would say, but a lot of people would say otherwise, right? There are some individuals that actually go to fight for the country and be hoorah, right? But most of us won't, and that's why I think if there would be a citizenship draft, we would be in trouble. But I don't think there will be, so this video has no purpose, but, just food for thought.